Hello everyone, welcome back to Morrowind. Now before we begin, I did manage to isolate one source of the bloops that happened, and I have complained about. If you read the threads on space battles and sufficient velocity, mostly space battles, you will find out what was going on exactly. But even if they happen again, they should be quieter, as I have made it so that I will only be receiving sound from Morrowind. However, as I wear headphones and my microphone is attached to my headphones, this means that sound transmitted through my headphones will in fact be heard still. So, if a bloop happens, it will be quieter. In addition, I have acquired a second monitor. However, I need a splitter cable for it due to the configuration of my computer only having one graphical output port that works to the monitor. The 1050 Ti is a bit odd like that. UTX 1050 Ti is my video card. It's rather overkill for Morrowind, to say the least. So if there's another blorp, I'm not going to be able to isolate it for a long time. At least until the cable actually ships and gets here. Now, that bit of drudgery out of the way, I went to the Shrine of Azura, as you can see, right here. From where I was, which was all the way up here. How I did this was a divine intervention to Genesis. You can also Alm Sevilla's. Genesis is also divine and Alm Sevilla at the same time, because it has both an Imperial Temple and a Alm Sevilla Temple. And then I took the Silt Strider from there to Aldrune. From Aldrune, I took the Mage's Guild to Sadrith Mora, and from Sadrith Mora to here, I walked again. So that's how I got here. It wasn't really anything interesting. Unless you guys really like watching me... Sorry, adjusting mic. Unless you guys really like watching me walk around and just stab cliff races and do literally nothing else, I'm not even going to bother to post it. Anyway, let's go turn in our job. We did a thing, Azura!
Well done, mortal. You have preserved the integrity of my wager with Sheogorath. Now it will end as fated, and not due to the meddling of the Daedra Prince. Take this, and use it wisely. Alright.
We have acquired the largest capacity soul gem in the game. Any soul can go in this. Also, something interesting to note about Azura's star. Aside from the whole infinitely reusable, can hold any soul thing, there's actually a throwing star version in Engine. Looks exactly the same, only you can throw it. It's an okay throwing weapon. I have no idea why it exists, but I do know it exists. Seriously, it's kind of weird. Yep. Immense power, yeah. So let's get wandering again. This time I don't really have a set objective, so I'm just going to explore places that on the map are brown. As you can see where I've been with the sort of filled out areas. Now, something I've been thinking about. Mistress Dratha. We know she's psychotically misandrist. Like, her tower is entirely women. I could probably make some sort of social commentary there, but it'd probably get me lynched. Anyway. However, she was once I actually got her to listen to me, she was surprisingly accepting of the idea that, you know, I was the Nerevarine. Which makes me wonder how devout her beliefs are, if that makes sense. Like, on one hand, yes, Tower is entirely women, but she also was completely okay with the idea of the Nerevarine being a guy. Maybe because Saint Indoral Nerevar was a guy, as far as I know. He could be a girl and just wasn't mentioned, or it could just not be brought up, but I'm pretty sure Nerevar is referred to at several points as he and ooh, tomb. I forget if I've explored this tomb. Actually, I should dispose of this cliff racer quickly. There are quite a few dead cliff racers along the way, but all I got was some Spear XP and some Athletics XP. Odinaron! I've been to Odinaron. I remember it. Let's go over here and explore this sort of Ash-y region. Where the douchebag Ashlanders were. I call them douchebag Ashlanders because they were all We're the best fighters around! Blah, blah, blah. Ashlander supremacy, blah, blah, blah. So I stabbed them to death. Pretty reasonable response, if you ask me. Okay, just waiting right now, really. I'm willing to bet that's Sure Dams right over there on the left. Back, let's check local map. Yeah, Nature Dams has towers. You can tell if you look on the map. Admittedly, it can be hard to tell at first, but trust me, those are towers on the map. Let's continue wandering until we get the journal proc that says, hey, Stronghold needs Pokey again. Because while I could just nap for a while, as I have repeatedly mentioned, I do want to wander. Not just because I want to kill a ton of cliff racers. I do not want to kill a ton of cliff racers. Cliff racers are annoying. Mabbergash! The ghost snake is hit with the drain attribute. By far the worst ghost snake type spell to get hit with, the ghost snake has a lot of effects, is the... Did they damage my strength? They damaged it! Shit. Alright. I need to kill her now, and then I need to get some of my potions in. Because if I don't, she may just kill me flat out. Saint Thos' judgment! I have you! I fried you to death. Good job, mate. Now let's make sure none of my other... I think endurance has been damaged. How's my agility? No. So I can keep the Fist of Rangandolf's left gauntlet on in case something does attack me. But I need to drink some potions. Actually, I should use my spells first and then use potions. Strength first. Restore my strength. Strength is now back to 100. Good! I failed at casting Restore Endurance. Oh well, I should have one of those in here somewhere. Standard Restore Endurance. Luck. There we go. Back on the Helmet of Orin Bearclaw, and back on the other Fist of Rangandolf. Did the Mabbergash have anything cool? Yes, I actually remember their proper name this time. Mabbergash. Wielders of the Ghost Snake. Let's make sure you aren't the Mud Crab Merchant. You are not the Mud Crab Merchant. If it is the Mud Crab Merchant, I would have marked it. And gone, yay, Mud Crab Merchant! Because Mud Crab Merchant, 10,000 gold in the base game. Best vendor, arguably in all of the games due to the fact that we'll buy items at the standard price. If I sold him, the Mentor's Ring, I get 8k gold, and not 8k gold with the equation of speechcraft and personality and all that rot tacked on. You know? Also, while I haven't been using my enchanted items right now, trust me when I say that I'm going to be using them for battles in Tribunal, and especially in Blood Moon. Oh, God. Speaking of Blood Moon, there are 2 routes in Blood Moon. One of them is human, the other is werewolf. I'm going to be taking the human route, as the werewolf route really sucks. Like, it's just... It's not that it's not fun, it's got cool shit in it, don't get me wrong, but... It's really hard. I'd recommend being a mage for it, as strange as that sounds, because you can still use your spells to buff up before you turn into a werewolf. And while a werewolf is an okay combatant, a werewolf with like a ton of restore everythings on him and fortify everythings is very scary indeed. Or her. You can't. I would imagine asking werewolves their gender while they're trying to maul you to death is considered dumb by most, to say the least. And we have found Molag Mar. I'm not interested in exploring Molag Mar. Also, I checked, and remember how I said that I was planning to murder the Archmage if I couldn't join the Mages Guild and House Stilvani? I can, in fact, join the Mages Guild and House Stilvani. I'll have to bribe people to talk to me most of the time, because they'll hate me, but hey, The more I get the Mages Guild to like me, the less bribery I'll have to do. Maybe one day I'll be able to get transport without having to bribe people for it. Mount Canned, Mount Acernaby, and... ooh, a tomb! How did I miss you, good sir? Hello! I just said hello, man! You don't need to stab me. Fine. Let's find... let's... No, I don't want to load. I don't want to load. Halon? Alright. Oh. Sorry. Checked the clock and my brain had a bit of a bloot. Unfortunately, this recording software, unlike the one I was using for Space Marine, does not have a built-in timer that isn't seen by the watchers. I have poked around a bit on the internet, but I haven't found anything that was, you know, blatantly obvious. Feldim's Trepidation, I'm not taking that, because while it's a decent make the enemy run away spell, I can think of very few humanoid enemies I'm actually worried about fighting, frankly. And earn. And this thing. Coda Flower. There's actually a site called Coda, only it's C0DA. As in the number 0, not like C-Z-E-R-O, C0. If that makes any sense. I would suggest you check it out, because it's got some quite interesting things on it. Also, Shrines for the Tribunal here. Not bad. Kite and Spirit and Iron Viper Blade, I don't care about. This might be a honestly, the only thing I can think of that would be here of any real interest to anyone would be the temple, maybe? So this might be a temple quest dungeon, but I haven't done much temple questing. I might do the temple questing, actually. Probably as an after-game thing, though, once I've done Blood Moon and stuff, because temple has never really interested me, sorry. Well, it might lead to some awkward interactions. Ooh, a Blighted Cliff Racer. Well, it's gone. Let's explore over this way. There's more unexplored land. I do like that this place really does look like it's been covered in ash for years upon years. Like, look at that. See how it's sort of layered? I know there's kind of clippy issues like there, where textures are weird, but that's just because old game. Look at how it's layered. That's a sign of ash that has been compressed and compressed and compressed just by having more ash sit on top of it. Like when you want to, like when you're, like when you've got a wrinkled page in a book, so you very carefully smooth it out as much as you can, and then quickly slam the book shut before it can re-wrinkle. Just compress it all flat. Only in this case, it happened over probably thousands of years, maybe in tens of thousands. And, well, is ash instead of paper. Something similar to some kinds of volcanoes, I believe. Sedimentary ones, I want to say, but I'm not sure. Not an expert geologist. Also, yes, their poison bites do in fact count as magic. Which has the amusing side effect of you being able to poison them with their own bites. I like to imagine it as my reflex enchantment just pulling out their teeth and jamming it into their face. Which is very mean, but very silly. Scrib is not a threat. I'm sorry, game. I'm not listening to dramatic music. It's not even aggressive unless I stab it first. Not sure that counts. Oh, hey, a scam. I've nearly got my spear up to the point where it's... Actually, with the enchantment, I'm past the point where I was at the start of the game with my long blade. Yay! Unfortunately, unlike my long blade, my spear is not some ridiculous murder blender. It's mostly here for Night Eye. And I will be disposing of it eventually. Don't expect to see me use this spear all the time, forever, for the rest of the game. I may get the artifact spear, though, one of the two, and the only one in the base game. But it would be a bit of a nuisance. So one of the things required to get the artifact spear is short blade skill. Not so much required as makes it much, much less tedious. So the artifact spear comes from Sheogorath. It's called the Spear of Bitter Mercy, and it's got some decent enchantments and stats on it. In fact, not decent, just flat out pretty damn good. There are... But the way that you get it is kind of annoying. You have to kill a specific netch. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Well, you have to do a specific weapon. Still doesn't sound too bad, right? Well... There is the rub. You get given the weapon, and it is a short blade with 2 to 3 damage. My short blade skill is 13. If there's anything up there. So, acquiring the spear is going to be interesting if I ever get around to that. There is another artifact spear. Hurting Spear, you get it from the Blood Moon expansion, as a potential option for the boss fight, as there are 3 different results from the boss fight. As you can choose which boss you want to fight. I'll go into that more when we, get to there. I'm probably going to save before the actual fight, and then show you guys all the fights and the drops. I do have what I'm planning on, but hey. Hurricane Spear is much better, as it is Enchanted Spear. With, yes, the Spear of Bitter Mercy is enchanted too. But it also has Paralysis. And Paralysis on weapons is amazing. Let's loot Asu. See what's in here. I'm also going to... Actually, I should repair my kit because my spear is nearly broken. This happens a lot with lower quality weaponry. Cover your ears. Yeah, lower quality weaponry tends to break much more easily. And while Dwemer is much better than iron or steel at that, and especially silver, as silver is actually pretty soft. Well, it's still, it's not an artifact, which is what I'm using as my main weapon. Oh, that is a lot of Daedra and a mage. My moment. What did you even hit me with? A Toxic Cloud spell. Toxic Cloud is a pretty nasty spell. Well, Spark Sword, I don't care. Gold, I do care. Curing Paralysis. Thank you, ma'am. I always want my paralysis cures. Because paralysis can bug you out in this game. There's likely a mod to fix that, but I don't want to mod because I had some very bad experiences. When we get to Oblivion, I'll probably talk about that, because that's where it happened, but... Right now, this really sucked. Just the unofficial patch, and it completely cracked the game in half. Ugh. Oh, a chest. It's nice when those are easily seen. Also a slaughterfish, but those are not dangerous to me. Worn chest with a Amulet of Balnia's Antidote, which is... Cure Poison. I actually don't care too much. I don't think there's any significant poison damage for me. Plus, as a red guard, I have a 75% chance to ignore poison anyway. Or should I take 75% less damage? The game's not quite consistent on how the various resist effects work, unfortunately. I suppose I could spawn something with poison and take off my reflect rings and see what happens, but... Actually, I should look up just in case. Right? Nothing in here. Alright, let's keep going. Wait! Cancel the nothing comment. There's something up here and... Well, fuck you too, game. That's just annoying. Kinda dickish. Can't help but be bitterly amused, though. And... What? What have I wandered into, ladies and gentlemen? Besides, obviously, a Daedra shrine. That's a Bone Walker, that's a Bone Walker. Now, something about this game, weapons do have reach, so a spear is very good for poking enemies far away. While with the dagger, you have to get stuck right in. Damn it, it hit me with something. Couldn't tell what. Anyway. Ah! Man, I'm just finding all the artifacts today. This lady has the Staff of Magnus. You're actually going to need this for the Mages Guild quest line, which is pretty good because I'm planning on doing that. Because I really want to get the amulet the Archmage has. Seriously, it's amazing. But yes, the Staff of Magnus. Very good blunt weapon. Not so much for the damage deals, which is kind of eh. Or the weight, which is also kind of eh. But for that enchantment. 1 point of restore health for 60 seconds. And 25 to 50 points of spell absorb. It's a very, very good anti-magic item. If you want to get in mage duels and you're using a staff like a traditional mage would, go. Just grab it. It's good. Alright, quality fortify health, I'll take that. I don't want rising force because I have my flying things. Yeah, you can get Millen Faram scrolls from sources other than Millen Faram. Visibility's decent. Elna's breath is great. Water walking's okay. Reflect can be pretty good. If I get a really good roll on the reflect scrolls, I can even actually completely ignore all incoming magic. I should have just hit take all there. That would have saved time and made me look a bit less silly. And feel a bit less silly. Oh, and there is a thing over there. This is why I always look in little corners in Morrowind. Often it's just like a few gold, but sometimes it's really good shit. I will not be keeping the Staff of Magnus around, but I will... Oh my, that is a Daedric staff. If I wanted money, I could sell that for quite a bit. It's actually arguably a worse weapon, because while it has a max of 16 damage, its minimum is 3, and it is 24 pounds, while the Staff of Magnus is 5 to 15 at its best. So... maybe if you're using it, it might be better for hitting. Staff of Magnus is way better conditioned, though, so if you want a weapon that will last a long time, it's way better. But, yeah. I wonder if that's a random Daedric spawn item, or if it's actually, you know, set to Daedric staff. Because it'd be kind of amusing if it was set to Daedric staff, but with the Staff of Magnus being right there and all. I'm going to use the Mother's Ring to heal up, and then I'm going to rest until healed to get my magicka back in case I need to do more restoring of my statistics later. Actually, speaking of restoring statistics, I can tell that my endurance and strength haven't been damaged, but what about my agility? Rangadolf? Nope. I'm fine. Bone Walker did not manage to get off his spell properly. Good. I don't like Bone Walkers. They're one of the most annoying enemies you can face, simply because of their damage attributes. I do like that Tribunal added in the spells, and I will be showing you guys where to get them. I think I already did, but just in case, when we get to Tribunal, I will definitely be showing you guys where to get those spells. After all, right now I've only shown off the Great Bazaar and the entrance area. The entrance area is mostly just me walking through it, not really showing off, you know? And it's dark, but whatever. Alright. We could go towards Telisaro, or we could explore more towards Red Mountain, which would be that way. Let's explore over this way, because I see that is another dungeon just this close? Hot damn. Mount Canned. Can we do it? Let's see. That is very dramatic noises. Lava? Steam vents? I wonder what's in here. I'll be honest, my only real truly exploration heavy where I just explored the entire damn map play of Morrowind was the first one. That's because I got bored after a while. And my later playthroughs were more, how does this class play, than I want to see everything. That's one of the reasons I haven't been mentioning all the bits. Answer my riddle and then fight me. What's the riddle? Metal, neither black nor red, so it can't be ebony or Daedric. As heavy as men's gold and greed, can't be glass. What do you do to stay ahead? With friend or arrow or steed? You lead! Or led. Oh my! I wasn't expecting to get that right, I'll be honest. What's in here? I'm curious now. I don't remember seeing a flame atronach that gave riddles. Oh my, and a frost atronach. They'll give me a riddle too, I'll bet. This seems like the classic hero's test sort of thing. Also, that is really pretty ice. Like, damn. Seriously, look at that. That is pretty ice. Answer this riddle for me, or does thy blood run cold? If you lie to me, I will slay you with a sword. If you tell me the truth, I will slay you with a spell. Oh, this is a classic one. It's the hangman's dilemma. Do I want to be hanged or have my head cut off? What you want to do with these is always find out, tell them that you will slay me with your sword. Which means that if they slay me with their sword for telling a lie, I will have told the truth. I'm willing to bet the next one is the Storm Atronach, on the grounds of, well, fly type left and water? I mean, it is misty as hell, but water? Are the two effects linked? Like in engine? Alright, let's talk to you. My fellow Atronach, Zedias Soko, was slain. The Altmer claims the Dunmer is guilty. The Dunmer says the Khajiit did it. The Orc swears he didn't kill Zedias Soko. The Khajiit says the Dunmer is lying. If only one of these speaks the truth, who killed Zedias Soko? The Altmer says the Dunmer is guilty. The Dunmer says the Khajiit is guilty. The Orc says he didn't do it. If the Orc is true, then that knocks him off, but if the Orc is lying, he did it. If the Khajiit is telling the truth, then he is innocent. But that doesn't prove anything about the Dunmer. I'm going to be honest, I'm very bad at these. Goodbye. Shit, I didn't save. I should have saved before talking to this because this is actually a hard one. Who killed Zedias Soko? The Altmer is not... The Dunmer says he didn't do it. She did it. The Orc swears... Altmer? I think I might get something if I answer the riddle correctly, so I'm going to reload. I want to see what happens. I'm legitimately curious. I do not remember this. I think I might get something if I actually do this properly, so I want to show that to you guys. Because I am legitimately curious about this. I probably could have gotten that last puzzle right if I spent a while on it, but honestly, that sort of puzzle has never been my thing. Alright, riddle. The answer was lead. Goodbye. We're to save before the Storm Atronach, so you guys don't have to watch me walk down again. Because I am really curious. But I'm not very good at these things, unfortunately. You will slay me with your sword. Goodbye. Save. New save game. Riddle. So I tried the Altmer. The Dunmer? Nope. Alright, let's load and look at the pretty pictures. Because these are very pretty pictures. They even look like they're drawn on parchment, honestly. Seriously, when you look in the background of the loading screens, they do look like they're drawn on parchment. The Orc! Your journal has been updated. I could go to the Triolith of Mount Can to receive my wisdom. What? What? I'm going to check my quests to see if there's, like, Mount Can something. Temple! Yeah, this is a tribunal. This is a temple quest. I thought as much. This seems like a temple-y thing. They're much more intellectual, I guess, than most. Whatever the case, that was legitimately very interesting. Probably could have figured out the riddle and gotten orc, though. Oh well. That was still quite entertaining for me. Hopefully it was interesting for you too, because I did not remember this. It's actually making me interested in doing the temple quests, frankly. Not going to happen until I do House Devani and Mage's Guild, though. So after House Devani, I'm probably going to do the Hortator thing. I do want to do that. Becoming Hortator means that I'm going to get less, you know, mass hatred from a lot of important people. Because they hate me, because I'm basically lying about being their Jesus to them. Note that is a very big not truth. Jesus is not nearly a parallel to Erevar and Doril, but it's the closest thing that I can think of in modern religion, frankly. I'm not very religiously well educated, I'll be blunt. Heck, most of my knowledge on Japanese mythology comes from Okami. Most of the Christian knowledge just comes from osmosis. I probably actually know more about the religion of this setting than I do of actual religions. It's kind of strange to say, but hey. Let's keep going. Let's look around, find dungeons, and maybe we'll find another cool puzzle, because that was cool. I have poked you to death with my spear. Good job, Cliff Racer. You managed to get yourself killed for no benefit to yourself. Thinking I was blighted, so maybe it was in pain, like... Honestly, I've never understood why Cliff Racers are so hilariously aggressive all the time. Then again, in fiction, you also have things like wolves being hilariously aggressive all the time, whereas in Europe, at least, most wolves are not hostile. In the Americas, this is a different story, but Europeans arrived late enough in their tech tree that the first times they encountered wolves were basically, wolf kills human, humans group together and murder the fuck out of all the wolves. Ones in the Americas are still somewhat aggressive, but most of them will run away from humans unless they're really hungry. At least that's my knowledge. I could be wrong. I am not a wolf expert. I do, however, know one thing for sure, and that is that the English managed to completely exterminate an entire species of wolf, the English grey wolf. In 1788, I believe, one of their kings decided, you know what, these wolves keep attacking my farmers. I'm going to issue a price for their pelts payable to anyone. And, well, money makes the world go round and all that. Or fat-bottom girls, depending on who you listen to. But money is more realistic. Even if it is a nice song. Doesn't seem to be anything out here so far, besides cliff racers. And some steam vents. I wonder if there are any hot springs. I don't remember any hot springs off the top of my head. I mean, they're obviously steam vents, but has anyone in Morrowind ever thought of the hot springs idea, you know? I've always liked the idea of hot springs. It means you don't have to wait for your water to heat up in your boiler. So I suppose waiting for the water to heat up might not be a thing for you if you've got the right setup. Because I know that just my family's setup of having just a water boiler and a well is somewhat unusual. I'm not sure how it works in the city. Might be different, might be the same. Either way, could be interesting. Climb, 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 climb. And I am being investigated by a certain friendly fuzzy cat. Hello. It appears that someone wishes to speak to the audience by rubbing his head on the microphone. Yes, Clark, I love you too. I'm certain that you're curious on what I'm doing. Stare at the glowy box instead of the beauty of the boy kitty. But I do in fact have a thing to do. Cliff Racer seems somewhat stuck up there. And it wasn't. Dispose of corpse. The Vandus Ancestral Tomb. Save, just in case. Why was that caps? My caps lock isn't on. How strange. Level 10 lock isn't bad. And he's in front of my screen. Apologies for the thump. But you have to get the cat off your desk. I had to get the cat off my desk, otherwise I couldn't see what I was doing. I have not yet advanced to the point where I can, in fact, ignore these guys. As the one item that I truly want to be able to complete my I'm an invincible tank build has not yet been acquired. Don't get me wrong, I am amazingly durable, and most things are going to have a and I can't think of anything in the base game that could 1v1 me successfully, aside from a few special enemies to have conditions to kill. But as you guys saw in Fort Firemoth, I am not invincible. Earn a cheap disease resist, which I don't care for. The Invocation of Azura, earn and earn. Wooden door and a wooden door. Let's heal up. This way seems to go to a closed off area, and that one goes to just a flat out normal door. Going by that lower right map. Which doesn't actually show if I go to here and look at local map. See? I see a bit less. So it can be useful to keep an eye on that lower right map just in case. You can also move it around if you want. I tend not to mess with the baseline settings out of familiarity. Black lichen, bitter green petals, and coat of flower. Chokeweed and crab meat. I'll take that wax, please. A warhammer and a pauldron. 2 enchanted items, a shockbite halberd and a silver shard axe. Not bad, but not something I care for, because neither of those are skills I use. Well, the shockbite halberd is, but the only reason I have that skill is Night Eye. And Halgard's tail. Oh, that's clever. They hit the book there so you can get stabbed by a skeleton. Who still carries a shield. Don't know why. Heavy armor skill. Oh, I remember this. This one is good. This one is good. And I find it hilarious. Because it's one of those things that just makes me giggle at how stupid it is. And not bad stupid either. Alright. Let's get going. I think the greatest warrior who ever lived had to be Vilas Nomenius, offered Ziomara. Name one other warrior who conquered more territory. Tiber Septim, obviously, said Halgard. He wasn't a warrior, he was an administrator, a politician. Sorry, just said Garaz. Besides, acreage conquered can't be final means for determining the best warrior. True, that would be general. Or I suppose leader, I guess? Yeah. How about skill with a blade? There are other weapons than blades, objected Ziomara. Why not skill with an axe or a bow? Who's the greatest master of all weaponry? I can't think of one greatest master of all weaponry, said Halgard. Belixes of Agia Nero in Black Marsh was the greatest wielder of a lance. Ernst Lervu of the Ashlands is the greatest master of the club I've ever seen. I think you can actually find that guy, or at least his family. The greatest master of the katana is probably an Akaviri warrior we never heard of. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Akaviri katana skills are kind of stupid. They're basically anime sword cuts. Seriously, their ultimate technique, one of their techniques, the Pancrato sword, is literally cutting the atomos of the target. All of them. I'd like you to think about detonating a nuclear bomb made of all the atoms in your body. Yeah. As far as archery goes, Helena Whitestrike supposedly conquered all of Tamriel by himself, interrupted Ziomara. That was before the First Era, said Graz. It's probably mostly myth. It's probably... But there are all sorts of great warriors of the modern eras. The Cameron Usurper? The unknown hero who brought together the Staff of Chaos and defeated Jagar Tharn? This is actually the hero of the very first game, Arena. I like that they acknowledge it. They don't have a title, just the unknown hero, but It's nice that it's acknowledged. Also, the Staff of Chaos never shows up again after it, so, yeah. We can't declare an unknown champion as the greatest warrior. What about Nandor Baride, the Empress Katarai's champion, suggested Xiomara. They said he could use any weapon ever invented. What happened to him, smiled Garaz. He was drowned in the Sea of Ghosts because he couldn't get his armor off. Call me overly particular, but I think the greatest warrior in the world should know how to take armor off. It's kind of hard to judge ability to wear armor as a skill, said Xiomara. Either you have basic functionality in a suit of armor, or you don't. That's not true, said Halgard. There are masters in that as well. People who can do things while wearing armor better than we can out of armor. Have you ever heard of Halal Pasoroth, the king's great-grandfather? Xiomara and Garaz admitted they had not. This was hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and Pasoroth was the ruler of a great estate, which he had won by right of being the greatest warrior in the land. It's been said, and truly, that much of the house's current power is based on Pasoroth's earning as a warrior. Every week, he held games at his castle, pitting his skill against the champions of neighboring estates, and every week, he won something. His great skill wasn't in the use of weaponry, though he was decent enough with an axe and a long sword, but his ability to move quickly and with great agility wearing a suit of heavy mail. There are some who said that he moved faster while wearing armor than he did out of it. Also, please note that there's actually a grammatical error here. There's an opening quotation mark here, and one here. There's not a closing quotation mark here. So, minor error. Just figured I should point that out. Back to the story. Some months before the story begins, he had won the daughter of one of his neighbors, a beautiful creature named Mena, who he had made his wife. He loved her very much, but he was intensely jealous, with good reason. She wasn't very pleased with his husbandly skills. Someone, I guess, needed more endurance. And the only reason Mena never strayed was because Pasoroth kept a close eye on her. She was, to put it kindly, naturally amorous and resentful of her position as a prize. Wherever he went, he always brought her with him. At the games, she was placed in a special box, so that he could see her even while he competed. And another missing closing quote. His real competition, though he didn't know it, was from a handsome young armorer he also had won at one of his competitions. I suppose it makes sense to be able to win a good armorer. I'd imagine being able to smith weaponry really, really well is the kind of skill that a warrior would really like to have as an ally. Mena had noticed him, and the armorer, whose name was Terran, had certainly noticed her. Pants tent? This is all the makings of a dirty joke, Halgard, said Xiomara with a smile. I swear that's entirely true, said Halgard. The problem with facing lovers was, of course, that they could never be alone. Perhaps because of this, it became a burning obsession to both of them. Forbidden fruit? Terran decided that the best time for them to consummate their love was during the games. Mena feigned illness, so she didn't have to stay in the box, but Pasoroth visited the sick room every few minutes between fights, so Terran and Mena could never get together. The sound of Pasoroth's armor clunking up the stairs to visit his sick wife gave Terran the idea. He crafted his lord another missing close quote. He crafted his lord a new suit of armor, strong and bright and beautifully decorated. For his purposes, Terran rubbed the leg joints with Luca dust, so the more he sweated and the more he moved them, the more they'd stick together. After a little while, Terran figured, Pasoroth would be able to walk very quickly. He wouldn't have enough time in between fights to visit his wife. But just in case, Terran also added bells to the legs, which rung loudly when they moved, so the couple would be able to hear him coming in plenty of time. This book has a lot of missing closing quotes. Seriously, it's kind of odd. I wonder if that's on purpose. Kind of interesting if there are consistent errors in other books that were unique to the book, like for the author. That'd be kind of cool. When the games commenced the following week, Mena feigned illness again, and Terran presented his lord with the new armor. Pasoroth was delighted with it, as Terran hoped he would be, and donned it for his first fight. Terran then stole upstairs to Mena's bedchamber. All was silent outside as the two began to make love. Suddenly, Mena noticed a peculiar expression on Terran's face, and before she had a chance to ask him about it, his head fell off at the neck. Man, talk about killing the mood. Pasoroth was standing behind him with his axe in hand. Definitely killing the mood. How did he get upstairs so quickly with his leg joints gummed up? And didn't they hear the bells ringing? Asked Garaz. Well, you see, when Passeroth realized he couldn't walk on his legs very quickly, he walked on his hands. I don't believe it, laughed Xiomara. What happened next? Asked Garage. Did Passeroth kill Mena also? No one knows exactly what happened next, said Talgard. Passeroth didn't return for the next game, nor for the next. Finally, at the fourth game, he returned to fight, and Mena appeared in the box to watch. She didn't appear to be sick anymore. In fact, she was smiling and had a light flush to her face. They did it? Cried Xiomara. I don't have all the salacious details. Probably because this game, unlike Daggerfall, is PG-13. Or actually, is it rated M? I should have one of the discs. No, I don't. I think it's rated M, though, but it's probably not that sort of M. I don't have all the salacious details, except that after the battle, it took 10 squires, 13 hours to get Passeroth's armor off, because of all the Luca dust mixed with sweat. That is a very, very, very long time for getting your armor off. I don't understand. You mean, he didn't take his armor off when they... But how? Like I said, replied Halgard, this is a story about someone who is more agile and accomplished in his armor than out of it. Now that's skill, said Garaz. I love that. It is so silly. Somehow someone is a better lay in a suit of full plate than outside of it. Along with capable of walking in full plate on their hands. I know full plate isn't, you know, the ridiculously heavy stuff that a lot of fiction portrays it as, but god damn, I'm pretty sure walking in it on your hands is a great feat. And you know, and somehow being so good at it, you're better in bed is just ridiculous. I mean, it's hilarious and amazing. It's ridiculous, and I love it. It's my favorite examples whenever I'm talking about the Elder Scrolls to demonstrate the sheer silliness of some parts of it. Moon sugar here? Are they trying to get the ancestral spirits drunk? Or rather, compensated for shitty weaponry. Whatever. But it's a great example of how Elder Scrolls can be very, very silly. That's why I love it so much. Look at my spear, it needs another repairing session, so you guys know what's about to happen. Running low on hammers, I'll probably need to replace them in between sessions. Also, I am kind of surprised the journal hasn't kicked off again. I legitimately was expecting it to before I got to this point, and that I would have time to get back to my objective. I may not. Which is kind of interesting. There may be more. This video may be entirely wandering aside from grabbing that thing from Azura. Well, that and discovering a cool temple quest and reading a book that I love. Oh, this path looks interesting. On one. Bring it on. I took 14 points of damage from that. From a 5-on-1 fight. Also, it'll make the shloop noise when you actually have an item in the corpse's inventory, otherwise it just goes poof silently. Oh, a shrine! Have I been to this shrine? Local map, tell me what I need to know. I have not been to the shrine. Alright. If we have enough time left in the video, there's maybe 10 minutes, that might be enough. Depends on how deep the shrine is. Maybe we'll get a quest and have something else to do while we wander. Lots of Aelid in this shrine, though, like, wow. Usually don't find wild animals in Daedra shrines, probably because the Daedra just kill them. Who the F are you? You throw Titan throwing stars at me, or chitin throwing stars. Yep, got it right. Just by appearance. Bal-Ur! I think this is one of the more important ones, but I'm not sure. I vaguely remember the name. But only vaguely. Looks like I'm in the top level and... By the way, this one Dremora did more damage to me than that entire pack of 5 wild animals. It still wasn't enough, but... that's kind of the difference in quality between Daedra shrines and wild animals. Also, don't fall in the lava, it's very hard to get out. It said this character was in combat when I tapped space on them, which means they were going to fight me. Nordic Broadsword and Lord Jornabray's Last Dance. Skill book. What's this one? Light armor. Oh. Nah, I don't need to keep it. I don't think this is one of the more interesting ones either, like Tale of Holgerd. Do you have anything interesting? I mean, so you have a Nordic axe and some Nordic fur. A Nordic axe and Nordic fur aren't really very good. A Master Armorer's hammer. Well, I was complaining that I didn't have enough hammers earlier, so thank you for that, good sir. I think that is an ebony claymore.
You're missing. How does it feel to know death is near?
I think you'd be better answering that question than I would. Oh wait, you can't answer it, sorry. No, that was not an ebony one, that was a Daedric one. Fascinating. Val underground. Let's go up and see where this goes to. Val It was just another way in, okay. Or out, I suppose. Alright. Please move, kitty. I love you, but you keep climbing from the screen. I don't know why he's being so aggressively friendly today. Maybe it's because I spent a while in bed with him. I was a bit tired this morning, so the cat was being friendly, so I went, what the heck, I'm going to cuddle for a while. Maybe he's decided that this means this is the day to cuddle my human and get all of the attention, because I'm the most important thing ever. Fortify fatigue potion, gold, iron weapon, steel weapon, gold. No, I want to take all the gold. Well, there's no reason you don't want to take gold. I cannot think of any reason not to take gold aside from maybe a roleplay build? Maybe? Like, you're trying to play a more traditional D&D-ish paladin? Maybe, but... eh. I would not recommend that mechanically, frankly. And here's another Dremora. You hit me with... Firestorm. That looks like another Daedric Claymore. Yeah, the hilt is the right shape. You can tell by the hilt. I don't remember seeing an ebony claymore, though. See, the hilt looks kind of like wings. Oh, that wasn't a Dremora, that was a Dremora Lord. Expect to be seeing lots of Dremora in Oblivion. Like, lots of Dremora. Probably should heal up before encountering a Bone Lord. Oh, and that is a Golden Saint with a enchanted shield. The knife does not look enchanted, however. I wonder if you are a named Golden Saint, because normally Golden Saints don't carry an enchanted shield. Enchanted swords on occasion, sure, but shields? That's actually very odd for them. You don't have a name. It's the Feather Shield, and it's a light armor item. That's another one of... This is another point where they use the Imperial Steel model for it, but it's light armor instead of heavy armor. It's really odd. I don't know why they did that. I should probably fix up though, because my weapon's getting kind of dinged again. You guys know what's about to happen. My maximum armor is 218, which means you have to deal technically 218 points of damage to break through. I don't remember the actual armor formula for this game, though. I know in Oblivion they simplify it to a flat percentage, but it actually meant light armor went out later game because it got some nice side perks. And you! Are you hostile? Daedra Hilarvu.
Whatever you're looking for, I'm sure I
Oh my. Glass halberd, glass helm, some gems, and a statue of Molag Bal. Hello. The statue won't talk to me. Well, Daedra, will you kill me if I try and steal from the shrines? These are some very valuable items. None of those were cursed. That's actually odd. Daedra skin? In that case, I'm willing to bet the ebony is cursed. There's generally something cursed. But yeah, it makes sense this is a shrine to Molag Bal if it's called Bal-ur. Also, Molag Bal apparently has no balls or a very, very, very loose loincloth. Or it's a tiny dick. That's possible too. Do you have any custom names, or you're just Daedra Hilarvu? Yeah, you're just Daedra Hilarvu. I was hoping you might have, like, I don't know, character Voobledoop or whatever. I wonder if I have to kill you for something. You know, I don't actually remember, so I think I'll look this up. As it's about time to end the video anyway. Next time, we'll see if Daedra Hilarvu is actually involved in things. And if any of them are things I give a shit about. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please do leave them on the threads in Spaceballs or Sufficient Velocity. Or in the comment section below. The threads will be linked in the description of the video. And for now,